Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back and doing a best of one Kamigawa Neon Dynasty draft. All right, rare we've got Scrap Welder, which is certainly a fine card. 3-mana, 3/3 with sometimes it's got upside if you can figure out how to utilize it correctly. We've got Spinning Wheel Kick, which has high upside to it as well. We have Exemplar, good Samurai Beater. We've got the Reckoner Raid, I like it. Fade into Antiquities, good removal. I actually like the Harmonious Emergence because it's a good body. We've got Armguard Familiar, which is playable. Steward, playable. But we're going to take Twisted Embrace because it's powerful removal. That also modifies a creature and makes it bigger. So a lot of upside, strong card. I like it. It is 4 mana, but it's effective. Okay, follow-up pick. We can take another one. I guess I'm okay with that. Other picks in here, we've got Double Striking Ninja. We've got Bosayu, Reaches Skyward, which I really should play one of these days. I will. One of these days, I will. Heiko. Norica would be a pretty good legend with Twisted Embrace. That'd be good value. Attack, get your removal spell back. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I think we just follow up Embrace. What's better than 1 Embrace? 2 Embrace. Okay, pick 3. We've got probably the Flame Discharge, which is good removal. In black, we have Mukatai Ambusher, but I like the black-red aggro decks in this format. I think they're good. Haven't played with it a lot, but I've played against it. It's artifact heavy value deck. And having the Twisted Embrace is actually just fine for that too. It makes those 4-drop, 3/4 Kami dudes that let you gain a life and draw a card, which go typically pretty late, makes them a lot better. But Flame Discharge is good. Yeah. Potentially a 1-mana shock if you have a modified creature too. And what better way to modify creatures than with a Twisted Embrace? So, all right. Okay, well, I did mention the card. I guess Kami of Terrible Secrets, if we do end up black-red and get more enchantments or whatever along the way, could be pretty good. 4-mana 3/4 typically is never terrible. But, I mean, there's also Centipede, which is an artifact. Attacks fairly well as a 4/2. Can reconfigure it for a reasonable cost. Haven't played with it much. I think it's okay. The difference between 3 and 4 mana, I will say, is pretty significant. Might be a decent argument to take the Centipede here, actually. And the reason is because, like I said, there's a bigger difference between 3 and 4 than people realize. Being able to reconfigure this for a low cost could be good. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's just fine as a pick there. Okay, I like Gravelighter a lot. This pack happens to have other things that are, a red-black archetype would want, Apprentice and Songshaper. But Gravelighter has good value. Come in. If they have 1 creature, maybe you take care of it. If they don't, possibly draw a card. It's good. I like it. It also flies for in black at a reasonable cost. Wears Centipede well. Not an artifact or enchantment, but no big deal. Good card. I feel good about it. Okay, we could take the Steelbreaker now. Otherwise, we could take the Kunai. Kunai is more removal. Steelbreaker kind of makes sense if we do end up red-black because you'll just have access to a lot of artifacts. But I do like Kunai, and it's cheap. It's also the Reckoner Raid, which is good. Get an evasive creature, drain your opponent, 1-mana spell. We already have basically 3 removal spells, 4 if you count Gravelighter. I'm going to go with the Kunai over the Reckoner Raid. I don't know if it's right. They're both good. I just like the Kunai because you can kill things with it. All right, I guess we'll take Steelbreaker now. I feel fine about it. It's an artifact. It can get bigger. It's a decent body, synergistically works within this archetype pretty well. Well, pick 8 Voltage Surge is certainly a nice pickup for us. Great removal, certainly good when you've got a deck with a bunch of artifacts in it. All right, easy Steward here. We already have 2 Twisted Embrace, so that card's looking real good in here. Body that's an artifact that finds more removal is good. So, could take another Steelbreaker, could take the Steward, could try out the Torment. Biggest problem I see with our deck right now is really not doing that much early. I might just take another Steelbreaker because we already have 4 artifacts and probably going to find some more along the way, potentially, especially if we can get Apprentice back. I love Ironhoof Boar. It's a great card. Not only is it an artifact finisher, but it's got a cheap channel cost combat trick. I think I've talked about this card already, but really fantastic card. It's like exactly what an aggro deck wants. It's got flood mitigation and combat trick all in one card. I don't really like Aki's Warpaint very much. Also don't really like Kaito's Pursuit. I don't think either one likely makes the deck, so we'll get rid of them. All right, Song Shaper, good pickup for us. We need 2 drops very badly. This one qualifies. It's also an artifact. All right, Kami of Industry. You know, people have been asking me to play this one, so I suppose if you have, you know, 7 mana, it's good with Ninja's Kunai. All right, well, Heiko definitely seems good in here. Wow, Kura, jeez. I don't want to, I mean, theoretically we could completely, I mean, this card is strong enough where you could completely abandon ship on our 4 black picks and probably just make it work because the card is really that strong. It dies. It might just be worth it. I'm giving up 3 good black cards because I'm not even counting the Centipede. I think it's worth it. I mean, if we're able to play this, this card is ridiculous. It's got Death Touch too. If this card didn't have Death Touch, it would still be incredible. They slapped Death Touch on it, so it's even more insane. It's 2 bodies in 1. And just such a strong card. So, probably want to be red because we have more red. But Aki, Warpaint, and Kindled Fury are not doing it for me. Probably the Careful Cultivation, I guess. Kura immediately became the strongest card in our deck. And Cultivation lets us ramp into it. There's also a Guide Bot in here, which is pretty good. But I actually like Cultivation Ramp. I think it's useful. If you're playing Kura at a lower cost, you should feel pretty good. Basayu seems amazing here. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it over Goshen Tai, which is also good. And Heiko, which is also good. Since we have the Kunai especially. But I've been meaning to play this card for a while. I really like it. I think it's good. Turn 2 Cultivation, turn 3 Basayu is... just makes me Basayu myself. Let's take it. Another Cultivation or the Tanuki. I think I like... well, do I like Tanuki or Cultivation more? Probably... gosh, that's tough actually. You can always do this on turn 2, but the beauty of Tanuki is it ramps... I think we do Tanuki, actually. It's a finishing body as well as a ramp fixer, so that's pretty excellent. We had to give up quite a bit of removal to completely shift gears on this deck, but I really don't regret it, because Kura is just that good. Alright, let's take the Tanuki. Fang of Shigeki looking just fine here. Cheap Death Toucher. Blocks reasonably well. We obviously need more early game quite badly. Alright, Geothermal Kami is a 4-drop. Tawashi Guidebot draws cards. I mean, Kami in here could gain life bouncing that. Might just take the Decoy in case we're too light early on. If we don't have enough early drops, we're in trouble, and our late game is looking pretty good already. Guess none of these cards matter that much for us. I'm not going to splash Iganyo Uprising, but I'm not going to play Emergence either. I guess we'll just take this. So Bear, don't love it, but we'll take it. Seeing some black picks in here now, but I really, like I said, I don't... Samurai actually might be fine here. Can make our 5 and 6 traps cheaper. Might just be worth it. I don't think we have that many samurais and warriors. This is an artificer, monk, ninja. So not a lot of ways. The warriors are here, so yeah. Don't need any of this. We'll take grafted growth in case we need it. It does ramp. The 3 mana ramp is actually fine here because it jumps us to 5 in equivalent time. I guess we'll take Apprentice in case we need it. We do have 2 Steel Breakers that work pretty effectively with it. And I guess technically we have ways to put +1/+1 counters on it, though. Not a ton. Kami, I guess, does actually work fairly well with the Apprentice because you bring it back, sack it, and you get a +1/+1 counter. So that's not bad, actually. Ideally, we won't have to play decoys, but sometimes, I mean, in this deck, I would say decoy's better than Song Shaper. Doesn't require colored mana. We're certainly not an aggressive deck anymore. I feel like if this were a 2 mana card, it would be quite a bit better, but 3 mana, unlikely to make the deck. So we're on a pack 3, and we're actually in pretty good shape considering we had to do the pivot. Guess we can take another kunai. It is a kill spell. We have enough creatures. We do need some more removal because we just have like a discharge, a surge, and a kunai currently. So yeah, we can take it. Kills things. Otherwise, we could do the synthesizer, but I'd rather have removal now since we have a pretty good creature count. Although some of these creatures are questionable. Like Shrine Steward now, I guess, can still find cultivation, so maybe that's okay. I guess technically you can find grafted growth too, although at that point, well, if you have to. Maybe we won't have to run any of those. We'll find out. So Reinforced Ronin is a cool card, but probably looking at another Tanuki here. What's our enchantment count? We have 6. I mean, Generous Visitor is strong. I'm going to take the Tanuki though. I want some good top end that ramps. Because we have some early ramp now, and Grafted Growth possibly makes the deck now. We'll see. Looking a little expensive, but I think that's okay. So could take another Iron Apprentice. There's Ember Keeper. I don't know if we have a ton of ways to modify though. We have Kunais, Grafted Growth. Not much else. Could take another Apprentice. I really don't hate Apprentice here. Where's Kunais? It's immediately good if you have 2 creatures out. It buys its time early. I'll give it a chance. It's colorless. It works well with the Steel Breaker, which probably makes the deck. Sniper. What a good pickup here. Removal. Cuff would actually be good in here too. But easy Sniper. At worst, 2 mana, 2 damage. At best, 4 mana, 2/3 that kills something, and it's got reach. We'll take the Fade here over the Simian Sling, get another removal spell. We're starting to get there. I'm kind of liking how this is shaping up. All right, I'm going to take another Samurai, I think. Just, not that I love the card, but 2/3 body is okay, and it can ramp into our... It just gives us more ramp for casting, you know, Tanuki and Boar and Kura. Probably not doing Shrine Steward, even though it technically can find things now. We've already got enough top end as it is. Probably not running the Song Shaper. Not that it's bad, and we do have a decent count for it, but I'm not going to play Ronin, I don't think. So I guess it doesn't matter. Terminal is another way to ramp. I mean, I'll take it here because there's nothing else. I doubt it makes the deck, but technically a way to ramp. All right, we can take the Synthesizer. I think it's an okay card. Silver Fur Master pick 10, huh? Well, if our first Steward's not making the deck, I don't think that one is either. I'll just take Splinter because it's an uncommon. So another chance to get the Ember Keeper. Like I said, we're a little bit light. Could take Grafted Growth for Apprentice. I'm going to take the Ember Keeper because I'm already on the fence on whether I'm playing the first Grafted Growth. And it's nice to have some more options with the Ember Keeper. I doubt we have quite enough ways to modify. We do have the 2 Iron Apprentice that come in modified, which is actually kind of nice. Neither of these matter. I mean, we already cut one, but whatever. And Ronin, okay. So, I mean, we have Kura, so that alone makes this deck pretty good, I would say. We only have to make 4 cuts, which is not bad. Creature count is probably, yeah, just fine. At least 18 with Basayu. What's our artifact count? I think it's actually quite high. 12? Well, Steelbreakers look better for that. And they're kind of good with like decoys and obviously good with Apprentice, so okay. Do we want to do Network Terminal? It ramps and we have enough artifacts to loot. It possibly could just be better for us than Grafted Growth. Because this only ramps 1 anyway. You have to use the land, so I might just like Terminal more as a way to loot. I think looting is actually pretty good here. So probably cut the Grafted Growth. This is a 2-drop. I may just cut Bearer of Memory. We don't really have a ton of... We probably, to be honest, have enough enchantments to make it playable, but... So, why am I playing Kami of Industry in here? So, Kami of Industry gets back, basically, Apprentice. I've been meaning to give it a chance, so maybe we will with this deck. In this deck, it can get back decoys. So for 7 mana, we can get back a decoy and draw a card. For 5 mana, we can get back an Apprentice and get a +1/+1 counter. That's not bad. And for 7 mana, we can get back a Kunai and deal 3 damage or something. So and we can get back a Synthesizer for 5 mana and get a spell off the top, or a land possibly. You know what? It's probably worth giving a try here. I have to figure out other cuts. I feel like Bearer just might go. I don't have a problem with it, but we have to cut more creatures anyway. We don't have to. I just feel like we probably can cut more creatures and be fine. I might cut Ember Keeper. I don't hate it. I just don't think that we need it. It works well with Apprentice, but it feels like something that can get cut and really not particularly affect the deck all that much. And then final cut, I just need to make sure I have enough early things here, I think. I could cut one of our Steelbreakers. Steelbreaker's a good card in decks with heavy artifacts, which this is, but we already have 2, and I feel like we're not lacking in late game. 2 Tanukis, Iron Hoof Boar, Kura, Kami, Basayu. Like, we have a lot going on in the mid game. Thankfully, we have a lot going on in the early game, or we might be in big trouble. Color-wise, we have more red than green, but they're saying run more green, probably because we have double green and only single red. We do have actual ways to find green mana, but I guess this finds red mana too. So I guess I'm okay agreeing with this. We only need 1 red. We do need 2 green. I like that Samurai can get us a turn 4 Kura. Two, 3 bodies, not bad. All right. You know what? Interesting deck. Pivot to try and make Kura work. Let's see how well that works out for us. All right, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. Okay, this hand is a keep. It's the first time I've run the network terminal, but I like it as possible flood mitigation. I think it's got a chance to get there and be helpful. So I can't surge that yet. Sayu is good. I might just do the Samurai first. All right. I am going to surge that, however. Kunai, also nice. Could do the terminal. But no, we'll go Samurai here. Then next turn, we're going to do the Basayu. Okay. We don't have any land to bring back from the graveyard. Not that I'd want to put it... It's weird that it's put it on top of your library. I don't really want to do that anyway. All right, so we have the careful cultivation. They just black-red too, so probably putting all the eggs in one basket, not the best idea. Let me see what I can do here. I mean, I can attack with the Samurai and play the Kunai too. I think that's ultimately, I guess, the plan. So we attack. We do Basayu. Plus Kunai. So we can fade into Antiquity as well. Let me see all that I can do here that's good. I guess we get rid of the Automaton now. We're at a low enough life total where it might just make sense to go Cultivation, pump the Samurai, it'll have 6 toughness, and then I can equip the Kunai. They still get damage in though, don't they? And they straight up kill me if they have removal. I guess fade into Antiquity on the Automaton probably makes the most sense. I have to pay the ward cost. I could do the Steel Breaker, but I think we just do this. Pay the ward. They can sack it in response. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. Oh, I guess it does change something. It doesn't get exiled now. But that's all right. So we obviously stay back. Hopefully Basayu lives here. Hopefully we don't die. Basically, all they have to do is sack Synthesizer and find a way to deal 1 more damage, and we are a little bit toasty. So, unfortunately, I have to block Steelbreaker or we die, because they can sack the Treasure, the Synthesizer, and the Apprentice. So, I have to block here to not die. Alright, Flame Discharge is pretty good. We don't have a modified creature, but we can change that. We can equip our Basayu, so they can only sack 1 thing, which is good. So we'll play this. I want to modify my branch, I think. So then our Flame Discharge can nuke for 6, which is enough right now. No, they have the Treasure. So I see. Well, it's probably still okay, honestly. Let me think about this. What is the best play here? So I can Flame Discharge Steelbreaker. They have to... they can't... No, they can sack... So they can sack Terminal plus Apprentice and their Treasure to keep the Steelbreaker alive, but then they'll be down 3 artifacts. So I suppose I do it then. We definitely want to do it now, because if they do it on their turn, their guy gets huge. So we could also just do it for... Let me think. Could do it for... Oh, I'm out of time here. I got to do it. Nope. Ran out of time. Bummer. Talked about it too long. What I'd like Arena to do, I know I ask way too much of this game. I'd really like what I'd like Arena to do is when it's your last timeout to give you a better indication. Maybe you folks have identified some sort of identification that I don't see, but I don't see it. I don't see what the difference is between you have no timeouts left versus you have like 3 timeouts left. So I have to, I'm trying to pay attention to the board, do math, and you know me with math. Ugh, Math? Are you kidding me? The worst. So I'm trying to do math. It's killing me. And then I'm out of timeouts. I've run out of time. Bye-bye turn. I think they have enough artifacts to do everything here. So let's see, I can hit it for 5-8. Now we want to just do X for 3. And we have the modified creature, so that's good. Oh, my Branch of Basayu just came in, so I can't even use it? Is that right? Their turn was that fast? My goodness. Alright, we'll see you for the next one. Okay, it's a keep. Fang, hopefully to buy us a little bit of time. Fade into Antiquity, same thing. And then hopefully Basayu getting us Boar and a big fat reach creature at some point. Good draw there. I can fade that into Antiquity. It's kind of a good... I feel like it's a good use of mana right now. Because it's expensive. I don't have any fight spells, though, so I wonder if I would rather keep... Alright, I guess I would rather trade the Fang of Shigeki, because it can't block flyers, where Fade can maybe deal with some flyers. I'm kind of okay with this trade. Alright, let's go for this. So, I guess if they have a kill spell for Fang, they can they can loot. But it's only a loot, so that's okay. So we have 5 whole mana here. Steelbreaker makes the best use of mana, so I guess we do that. Could attack for 1, but once again, they're a little mana starved, so it makes sense to not give them the opportunity to draw off the hacker with some sort of bounce spell or whatever. We found some black mana. All right, we'll see you for the next one. Okay, a little bit slow, but I guess we'll keep it. Oh, good draw there. Ah, Hanada. Oh, that's pretty good. I guess at least we have the reach thing at some point. Unfortunately, not something I can target with Fade into Antiquity. But that's all right. So we probably just do Kami of Industry here. Just to make use of mana. We're not going to get any Papercraft decoy value, but that's okay. I guess we have Fade into Antiquity if they have like Intercessor's Arrest for our reach guy. That's a good thing. Oh, they did have Intercessor's Arrest. Okay. They must have another one. Otherwise, I feel like doing it on the Kami Industry is not the best idea. Especially if we fade it, then they can't even get it back with Norica, which is good. Tameshi. Your deck looks sweet already. Alright, so we'll get this little duder online. This little duder does what now? Return lands, and you get artifacts or enchantments back from your graveyard to the battlefield. Well, that's okay. So obviously play a land here, and choices are Tanuki versus Boar. If I do Boar, I think we play Tanuki. It sets us up a little bit better. So if they have another Arrest for Branch, which kind of makes sense that they would, otherwise why play Intercessor's Arrest on Kami of Industry? Or if not an Intercessor's Arrest, some other way to deal with Branch of Basayu. Yes. So We can fade the Touch of Spirit Realm, at least get our Reach dude back. That's good. The problem is we're going to be a ways out from the Reach dude coming back. So I may have to Cultivation as well, but I think for now I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, I have to pay more. Is it targeting your stuff? Wow, it's anything. So, geez. I mean, getting this back is obviously important at some point, but I may just need to cast the Cultivation to block Hinata and hope they don't have more value. I don't want to take another 4 in the air either. So I think we'll just do this and protect ourselves for now. And like I said, if they have something for it, then that's that. I can't fade the Touch of Spirit Realm because it costs 1 more to cast. So we'll have to do this. Hope they don't have another removal. Okay. Well, I mean, it's good, but not the end of the world right now. I think we may just... Did they forget about Reach? Oh, my word. Oh. No idea how good that feels. Ugh. That feels so wonderful. Oh, and then we draw Kura too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So 8 mana. You know what? We're gonna take out Behold the Unspeakable because I don't need Basayu to win, and I don't want them finding cards. So I'm actually gonna exile this. Get in for 5 and cast Kura. Maybe it's smarter to just play this and stay back and protect my life total for now. In case they find the answer for Kura. I would have only gotten in for 5 anyway, so... Samurai is cool, but I think we're looking at probably Boar here. And let's see. If I get in with Kura 2, 12. 7 plus 5 is 12. So we can only get in for 16. Getting in for 12 here is pretty good. Leaves me 2 blockers. I think I'm going to go for it. So they can use Tameshi to get back Exemplar. And they can get back their Exemplar, but not that that's insanely good. It's just something. So they get to draw a card, they get Exemplar back. Still have to find an answer for a few things that we control here, which is good. Alright, Ball of the Mirror Breaker, or Fable of the Mirror Breaker, rather. Gets them something. It's a wizard, so that's good. So I think we just... They're at 9. We're currently threatening 11. So say they... If I attack with the decoy 2, does that put me in? I think we attack with everything here. Like, they can block... I think it's still worth it. Like, we get to draw off decoy if they block with Tameshi. Alright, well, we'll take it. I'll see you for the next one. Okay, good hand here. Prentice into decoy. Some good value gray creatures. Both pretty awesome with Steelbreaker, actually. All right, opponent goes turn 1 Ronin. We'll go turn 1 Apprentice. Actually, Terminal's not a bad draw, because it'll let us go... Ooh, Anvil. That's a good one. At least I get the decoy down, so now... I suppose we attack in. Like, I can't draw from decoy dying now, but it might be okay. We don't want to use the... I mean, at this point we have... Looks like we have the means to get Tanuki online, so that's good. Anvil's a great card. I might just trade my decoy for a Ronin and never look back and not care. I don't get to draw off decoy. I don't really care. That's not the point of this deck. They get a 1/1 out of it. But I'm alright with it. So I guess we'll do the terminal. I guess we'll attack. I'm not going to block, so... I'm okay with this. Now, it's going to require... They don't get another 1/1. They have to play another artifact and have it die in order to get the Anvil synergy. So, and I don't need that 1/1. Like, they pretty much 2-for-1'd us, but I'm kind of okay with it. They need to have another artifact die in order to get the 1/1 again. So they can't go infinite now. They can't start draining us. They don't have a clock going on us. I don't really need these dudes too badly. Surge is pretty good there. So we'll go Steelbreaker and pass. And we have Voltage Surge up. And then next turn we get Tanuki, which is nice too. So I think I'll just Voltage Surge this now. All right, so we can do the Greater Tanuki now. We'll get in with the Steelbreaker. Turn 5 Greater Tanuki, not bad. Kind of out of gas, but at least Network Terminal and our Steelbreaker can do something if I'm ripping lands and don't need them anymore. I mean, it does if for some reason I have to stop attacking. Right now, we're obviously in full-fledged attack mode since our opponent Does not have that many lands. Yeah, we can smash with both. They don't really have a good block, and then we'll follow up with a Samurai here. So they're going to be able to get a 3-1 out of it, but that's okay. Wonder how many lands they're running in there. Because their deck is like hyper synergy. I'm really liking it. I mean, I guess we're still in attack mode here. I suppose we still kill the 3-1. Makes the most sense. That kind of makes sense too. I mean, that was going to die. But I guess, yeah, they end up losing. I mean, they're in a tough spot. They've done a lot on 2 mana. They've done a lot on 2 mana this game. They have cast 6 spells on 2 mana for this entire game. That alone is quite the feat. All right, we'll see you for the next one. Okay, satisfactory hand here. We have removal. We have relatively cheap stuff. Greater Tanuki, which Samurai can potentially ramp us into. Uh-oh. I think we'll get rid of the Voltage Surge. Although, we don't... Yeah, actually, I guess we get rid of the Flame Discharge, because Voltage Surge... Alright, let's do the Samurai. So we're still at least 1 mana away from getting into Greater Tanuki territory here. Alright, I think I'm going to ditch the Voltage Surge. I mean, at this point, we're just going to bank on Greater Tanuki doing something for us here. There we go. So we'll get in for 2... And I guess we can cast a 2 mana Network Terminal. I mean, they look like a ninja deck with some virus beetles. That's what they look like to me. Alright, well... I guess we still are attacking here because... we're going to be... hopefully casting... As long as we can cast both these Tanukis, I feel like we're in pretty good shape. Even if they have a kill spell for it, you know. Because at least we have another one in hand. We had to get rid of our removal spells, like I said. From those virus beetles did their job. Tamio's completion would be my guess. I'm still going to attack with the Samurai and follow up with Tanuki. Oh, well, that's something too. But we'll just play another one. Cultivation we can use as a aura if I really desire. Ooh, sniper. Nice, I can even loot now with the terminal. Well, we're getting in there. This much I'm clear about. Okay, well, we'll recast it. All right, so they're tapped out. Well, let's just do sniper, kill the beetle. Katozi, so they can take, well, at least we don't have copies of either of those, and they're tapped out, and they're at 2 life, so they're certainly dead. They are certainly dead. All right, see you for the next one. Okay, this one's a keep. A little bit of a weird hand, but we get to go apprentice into cultivation, so we have access to ramp. Thankfully, we don't care too much about the archer, and in fact, I would argue we're happier to see it played like that rather than destroying Kundo or whatever our dude's name is. What is our dragon's name? Kura. Kura, of course. You big dummy? What kind of dummy doesn't know it's Kura? All right. So it could actually fade the archer into antiquity. I really don't see the purpose of doing that. We could get 2 damage in, but I mean, I think we're just going for some late game here at this point. I'd rather save fade for something that can kill us. It looks like they're a late game deck too, though, so you never know. They can Master's Rebuke our 1/1. Pretty irrelevant. Sure. So they can kill our 1/1. Not the end of the world. They get a decent 2 for 1, but not the end of the world. Could see maybe attacking with the apprentice, but whatever. This is fine. I mean, once I get red mana, I guess I can attack with the apprentice. All right. Gonna have to get red mana at some point. Maybe it was better to kill the samurai because of the vigilance. Yeah, I'm not 100% on that. Well, there's Greater Tanuki. So, I guess the play is fade the bear memory. That was a good draw there. Sure. So I can chump and play Kami to get it back and pump it. But I think we'll just take this for now. Might be smarter to just play the sniper. It's the most damage prevention because it comes down, it's going to kill a 2-2 and then protect me against the other 2-2. So I kind of like this. I mean, at this point, we just need to buy some time. So I might just block here. I can get it back eventually. Like, it prevents damage. I guess I could take it. All right, we'll take it. There's Kura. That's good. So Kura does not make the best use of mana. I think we'll just do the Tanuki first in case they have more removal. Because they're also in white. White removal for Kura is pretty good. I suppose we can attack. I can use Network Terminal. I could have sandbagged that forest to use Network Terminal to tap the Iron Apprentice. Might have actually been better. I can do it for future lands, I guess. Boy, oh boy, is it nice to have Network Terminal do something here. Ooh, look at that. They get to exile Kura. Does it leave the battlefield or has to be dies, right? Nice. Of course, I play Kura, can't do anything with it. You know, typical Alex Stephenson mutterings here. I do something, it's the worst. My opponent does something, it's the best. Man, that must feel so awesome. That's gotta feel good. All right, let's do... Let me think about this, actually. I think we'll do... Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll do Kami. Bring back... oh, I can draw... Well, I don't need counter. I guess I'd rather draw. So, we have 7 mana. So I can do Kami. Bring back the decoy. I could loot as well. Might be worth it. I'll have to play land to do it. All right, let's do Kami. Bring back Decoy. Oh, that's right. I had to play it. Whoops. All right. Well, that's all right. Doesn't matter. We're going to draw anyway. Nice draw. Alex Stephenson holding out the record. Worst drawer of all time. Guinness book. Put me in that Guinness book. Opponent's just like top deck Behold the Unspeakable to get that 4-card draw. Gosh, it's gotta feel so awesome. Plus the removal. Oh my god, they get an applause for that one. Look at that. Wow. Perfect mana too. Look at that. Completely tapped out. God, I wish I was my opponent. That's got to feel so awesome. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, we'll keep this. Well, actually, Peerless Samurai's a good way to get us into Greater Tanuki territory a little bit early. Possibly. Circuit Mender's a good one. All right, so we can do, I guess we can, how do we want to do this? We can, got some options. Guess best use of mana is presumably attack with Samurai, and go Steelbreaker Apprentice. Another option is play the Samurai, but then we can't do the Steelbreaker. But that does open us up for a Tanuki possibly next turn, which is pretty good. Kind of depends if they block the Samurai here. So let's just attack with the Samurai. I want to see if they block. Kind of feel like they won't, but they could. All right. So that might change the plans here. I think we're going to do the Steelbreaker Apprentice plan instead now. Samurai still works with the Steelbreaker because it's a warrior. I guess it's good they don't have any modified creature currently. That's good. Sniper. That's a good draw too. So I don't have 2 red mana. I presume we're just going to kill the infiltrator. So I guess we just attack with the steel breaker here. I could attack with the fang too, actually, huh? All right. Let's attack with these two. This is an... I mean, that's certainly a fine trade by me. They get to draw a card, but get that blocker off the board. And then I can follow up with a sniper to kill their infiltrator, which is good value. So Kunai can kill Unforgiving One if they wanted to make it modified, although at this point I don't know if they do. Wonder if I just play Kunai, equip it to Apprentice. I guess we just kill Unforgiving One. And get in for 5. They can smash back for 4? That's all right. Oh, boar here, huh? So let's see. Sack this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still short of lethal, so we'll just play the samurai and pass. Well, we're sure getting a lot of victories off our opponent's mana base failing. We'll take it. Take every victory. We'll see you for the next one. All right, a little bit slow, but we're on the play. We'll keep it. Hopefully we can find some of our early game. If we can't, we're looking okay. Then we can go like, I don't know, thing into thing, hopefully. Thing into thing into thing. Turn 4 Kami of Industry is not the worst. Even if it is valueless. I mean, I can wait. I don't see a lot of reason to wait, though. Guess we'll take it. 3/6 body, not the worst. Not great, not terrible. Alright, they're playing some sort of rampy deck, too. I get Iron Hoof 4 next turn. I guess that's good. Prancer, okay. Prancer's good because they get double value out of it. I might just attack the Kami, see if they block. Voltage Surge. So, ooh, I can sack the... That's pretty good, actually. It's actually really good. Let's do Decoy. Surge. Prancer. Sack. Decoy. And draw. All right. See if they want to arrest our Kami of Industry. I'd be okay with that. Visitor. Ah, Basayu. Looks like 2 can play at that Basayu game. Opponent's mana looking real good there, too. Really beautiful turn. Let's see. Guess we just go... Yeah, we go Boar. Basayu's going to be pretty beefy. Do I have outs for Basayu, too? I don't know if I do. Let me take a look here. Gotta look at my deck. So it blocks Kura, but Kura's got Death Touch, so I guess that is technically an out. I guess Flame Discharge if I have just a trillion mana. I have my own Basayu. Could be tricky, to be honest, but we're going to go for the Boar play now. I mean, another option is to save the Boar as a combat trick, but I'd rather start attacking now if possible. Going for 8. And then we'll go Apprentice. And technically we have a little bit of flood mitigation now with Apprentice being something we can do with Network Terminal. So Basayu's gonna be pretty tough to beat here. Feel as though we're probably just wanting to dig for Kura, but I guess we can play the Greater Tanuki for now. I can probably rummage away a decoy. I don't have to, though. It still functions as something that can chump block and draw a card. Nice one. In the 3-color deck, no less, too. Look at that. It's just a thing of beauty. Double white, 3-color. Who cares? Who cares about the mana base? Nothing to fear. All right. Bang of Shigeki and Papergraphed Decoy. Well, guess we'll do both of these. Because, I don't know. We need to do something against the branch. We can always rip lands and use Terminal to loot. Beautiful. Just so beautiful. Just get in for 6 from above. Just a thing of beauty there. And they still have more cards to boot. They're not even out of action yet. That's the amazing thing. They're not even done yet. But wait, there's more. Oh, this is just classic Alex Stephenson. Classic Alex Stephenson. Kura or bust. Oh my god, so beautiful. So beautiful. Splash the blue, get the Tameo. So jealous of my opponent. God, that's got to feel so good. It's got to feel so amazing. Even if we draw Kura. Even if we were to draw Kura, doesn't get us out of this mess. So jealous of my opponent. All right. Ended up going 4-3? I can't remember. We'll take a look. We're going to find out in just a second here. 5. We got 5 victories. That's good. All right. Let's do some pack one, pick one. All right. Pack one, pick one. I would go... Well, after seeing my opponent in the last draft straight up get that turn 6 Kami War and just get decimated. Little too ambitious. Fun, but too ambitious. We'd probably go... I could see Hoverbike here. It doesn't commit you in anything. It's a good card. Obviously, Double Striker's good too. No, I think Hoverbike's a good pick. Good for most decks, I would think. Here, could see taking the Automaton. It's a little bit of a build around, but also colorless, so it works for multiple different color types, and it's pretty powerful. I mean, if you're playing an artifact every turn early, I mean, it's a terrible top deck in the late game, but otherwise it's pretty awesome. All right, here, Dragonspark Reactor does look like a kind of a, yeah, I mean, nothing else terribly exciting here. I guess we could take the Cultivation. That might... Cultivation, less committal to anything, other than probably wanting to ramp into some things, which green has plenty of. Whereas Reactor definitely wants you to be a pretty artifact-centric deck. But it is cool that it can kill a creature and hit a player. It can't actually... Interestingly, can't deal with Planeswalkers, which I overlooked in another draft. I guess Reactor over Cultivation. It's just the fact that they can kill your opponent in the right deck. Plus, I like the artifact-y red build. All right, Hedetsuku is an incredibly strong card. Real good. I think I luck-sacked Alex Stephenson a few times where Xaxi killed my opponent. I've definitely seen my opponent, like, I was at 5 life and they exiled 5 drop off the top for the win. That was pretty slick. All right, Thundering Raihu, great card. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.